Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reynolds Field on the campus of Salve Regina University. I'm your man, Bobby Olson, bringing you the call against the Salve Regina Seahawks take on the NYU Violets. I'm joined here by Ed Habershaw on the live production, bringing you the visuals of today's matchup between your Seahawks and the Violets. On the bump today for the Seahawks, the right-hander, Braden Clark, being caught by Mr. Ketch. Bring you around the horn, Tyler Canoe at first, Chris Veneruso at second, Dustin Cicada at short, Will McCarthy at third, and around the outfield, D'Amato in left, Grover in center, and Petrosino in right. A cloudy day here in Newport, Rhode Island. Hoping to keep off the rain and showers so we can get through 9 innings here of some excellent baseball action. As Clark gets ready for the first pitch, number 27, Connor Rogero, an outfielder from Pasadena, California. And we are underway with the ball low and away. The 1-0. Up and in, ball 2. Two-0 in there, 4 strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Clark's 2-1. Grounded to the left side and down the line into left field. He will stroll into second base standing up as the Violets get going early. The leadoff double from Rogero. Now we'll bring up the designated hitter, Greg Berman. Grant Berman is a senior from Encino, California. That pitch is in there for strike 1 from Clark. The 0-1 to Berman. Fought off out of play. Clark working quickly. Up 0-2 in this count with Berman. Looking to get his first out of the afternoon. As he sets and delivers. And that comes in up high. Not a bad miss. One ball, 2 strikes now to Berman as Rogero takes his lead on second base. The pitch. Bounces in. Ball 2. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. Bounces in, ball 3. As Berman has worked this count full after being down in an 0-2 hole. With first base open, the 3-2 pitch from Clark to Berman. Lined up the middle into center field. Grover comes in, hitting his cutoff man. But it will do nothing as the Violets, with just 2 hitters, get up quickly 1-0. after a double by Rogero and a single by Berman. 1-0 Violets. And that brings up Nick Argenziano, a junior from Gloucester, New Jersey. Back-to-back hits from the Violets. Quickly here in the top of the first inning here at Reynolds Field. So Argenziano takes strike one. Argenziano playing first base today for the NYU Violets. Yo, 1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Argenziano. Clark's pitch in there for strike 2. Good breaking action on that curveball as the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Argenziano. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Good change action on that by Clark, and there is 1 away. And that brings up Jacob Singer, a graduate student from Weston, Florida, playing second base for the Violets today. Here's Clark's first pitch to Singer. In there for strike 1. Clark checks over on Berman. He dives in safely. The 0-1. Hooks in there for strike 2. Great location from Clark there on the inside corner to get ahead 0-2. The 0-2 to Singer. Driven to left field. And D'Amato makes the play, working to his left to retire Singer. That brings up number 40, Richard Beggy. Beggy is a freshman out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Starting in right field today for the Violets. 2 away. As Clark makes his first pitch, swinging and missing is Beggy. The 0-1 pitch to Beggy. Hooks in there for strike 2. That curveball really working for Clark today. As Beggy is quickly down 0-2 and Clark wastes no time. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swinging. So after allowing the first 2 Violet hitters to reach base, the Violets do get 1. The Seahawks are coming up after the top half. The Violets 1, the Seahawks 0. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson bringing you the call as the New York University Violets take on your Salve Seahawks. And Matt D'Amato will lead it off for the Seahawks here. He takes ball one inside. He takes ball two. On the mound for the Violets is Andrew Reed, the righty sophomore out of Sugar Land, Texas. As D'Amato is ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. And that is in there for strike one along the top of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike to D'Amato. Cuts and fouls it off to the left side. And Reed has worked his way to a full count after chasing 3-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lefty D'Amato cuts and singles into right field. So the first Seahawk is aboard as D'Amato able to find a gap on the right side of the infield for a base hit. He's 1 for 1. That brings up Dustin Cicada for your Seahawks, as D'Amato is the first man aboard for Salve Regina. Cicada starting at shortstop today. So he takes ball one up high. One is grounded to the third baseman, but he bobbles it. The throw not in time. Good work by Argenziano to block that one and keep that one in play. But Mahoney bobbles it over there at third. So the Seahawks have 2 men on. That brings up the catcher, Dylan Ketch. With runners on first and second. Your Seahawk all-time hits leader. The first pitch from Reed. Gets away, and both runners will advance for the Seahawks on a wild pitch from Reed. That ball tailed up and away, and DeBartolomeo not able to corral that one. D'Amato at third, Cicada at second. For Dylan Ketch, the 1-0 from Reed. Lined into right field, and it's a fair ball. D'Amato comes around. Here comes Cicada, and the Seahawks add 2 on the 2 RBI single from Dylan Ketch. So the Seahawks waste no time getting that 1 run back from the first inning. They lead 2-1 here in the bottom half of the first. That brings up Tyler Canoe, your Seahawk first baseman for this afternoon. All 3 Seahawks getting on base. Canoe takes one up high. The Seahawks have had issues leaving people on base this season, but not wasting any time here, as all 3 are aboard and 2 runs in, and Canoe wears one on his elbow, and he will trot down to first base. Seems to be okay. 4 up, 4 aboard for the Seahawks. That brings up third baseman Will McCarthy. As the Violets talk things over at the mound here. While we have this intermission, I will bring you around the horn for the Violets. Reed on the mound, being caught by DeBartolomeo. Argenziano at first, Singer at second, Baker at short, Mahoney at third. And along your outfield, Nate Pelota in left, Rogero in center, and Beggy in right field. As Will McCarthy looks to become the 5th Seahawk to reach base here in the bottom half of the first as they lead 2-1. He squares, pulls back as that arrives low for ball 1. McCarthy, the BC High graduate, as he squares once more, pulls back, and hits one down the right field line. And 1 run will score for the Seahawks. That is Catch, showing off the wheels. 5 up, 5 aboard for your Seahawks, and they lead 3-1. On the RBI single from McCarthy, Catch showing off the wheels. And that brings up Mr. Petrosino, your Seahawk right fielder for the afternoon. The 6th man up, he squares around. He takes the ball. The Seahawk dugout really getting into it here, as the Seahawks look to extend their early lead, up 3-1 here in the bottom of the first. And nobody out. And that bunt is laid down by Petrosino. That will be a foul ball. Good placement by Petrosino there. Had that rolled fair, I'm sure all 3 runners would have been safe. It's Petrosino here, battling with Reed on a 1-1. He squares once more. He lays it down along the third baseline. Everybody's safe. Bunt single by Petrosino. No play to be made there by Mahoney. And the bases are loaded for the Seahawks with no outs as they lead 3-1. Up comes Brandon Grover. Seahawks center fielder with the speedy McCarthy on second base. A single likely scores 2. Here's a line drive to right field. That's going to get down, and that's going to get past Pelota. McCarthy's in. Petrosino stays. Oh, he scores too. 5-1 Seahawks. 2 RBI double for Grover. Still nobody out. The Pistons are pumping for this Salve offense today. As the 8th hitter of the inning, Matthew Neal, the freshman from Ashland, Mass., the designated hitter for your Seahawks today. 5-1 in the bottom of the first as he takes ball 1. So the 2 RBI double from Grover. So he takes ball 2. Neal grounds to the right side, foul. Canoe and McCarthy able to score on the double by Grover. Petrosino at third, Grover at second. Still nobody out for the Seahawks, 5-1. That ball is skied to center field. Back goes Rogero. Tagging is Petrosino, but the ball goes to third base. And Petrosino scores easily. 6-1 Seahawks with just the one out. And that brings up the 9-hitter, the second baseman, Chris Veneruso, accompanied by Mr. Bennett. One out, Grover on second. As Veneruso digs in. First pitch from Reed. Grover takes off. He slides, he's in there, and he's going to go home as the throw gets away from Mahoney. It's 7-1 Seahawks. Here in the bottom half of the first. Firing on all cylinders is this Seahawks offense. Just the one out. As Veneruso squares around but fouls it off. You could not ask for a better start from your Seahawks. And I'm sure Braden Clark is all smiles. Getting this kind of run support. Veneruso, the 1-1 from Reed, takes ball 2 up high. Two balls, one strike, the pitch. Veneruso's jammed, but then he fouls that one back out of play. Two balls, two strikes. As that is lined into left field, and that's going to get down for Veneruso. He's digging to second base with good speed, and he stands up on second base. A stand-up double for Veneruso. And the Seahawks have batted around. As up comes D'Amato. Action in the Violets' pen looks to be Jason Pearson, the lefty out of Monroe, New York. As out comes Coach Doug Kimbler, and he will relieve Reed after letting up 7 in the first, 6 of which were earned. And out comes Pearson. Pearson, the lefty, standing 6'2", the freshman out of Monroe, New York. Graduate of Monroe Woodbury High School. Again, the Seahawks could not have asked for a better start. Eight of 9 of the first hitters getting aboard. Neal, the 1, not doing so on the sacrifice fly, driving in a run. The sport is all about being productive, no matter what your at-bat does for you. And all 9 Seahawks in their first at-bats did so there. Out of the first 9 Seahawk hitters, 6 base hits. Four singles, 2 doubles. Cicada reached on the error. Canoe hit by a pitch. And Neal with the sacrifice fly. As Pearson appears to be ready. That brings up your leadoff hitter for the second time this inning, Matt D'Amato. The 1 out being productive from Neal. D'Amato just recently singled. Here's the pitch from the lefty Pearson. Fouled into the mitt of DeBartolomeo. The 0-1 to D'Amato. He squares around and able to get out of the way of that one. Snap throw from DeBartolomeo, but Veneruso back in safely. That pitch got behind D'Amato. Not sure how he avoided that one, but able to do so. 1 ball, 1 strike here from Pearson. D'Amato takes ball 2, lone away. Good stop from DeBartolomeo. Two balls, 1 strike here to D'Amato. His second at bat of the inning. He fights one off, foul. Two balls, 2 strikes now. To the Seahawk left fielder, Matt D'Amato. Pearson, the pitch. Lined and caught. Veneruso back in safely. Quick hands by Argenziano over at first base. So good contact by D'Amato. But he lines out to first base. So 2 away. That brings up Seahawks shortstop Dustin Cicada. Reached on an error by Mahoney, third baseman of the Violets. Of course, he scored. That ball is grounded to the left side and into left field. Veneruso waved around. Here he comes. The throw not going to be on target. And the Seahawks add another 8-1 on the single from Cicada. Cicada, the RBI single, able to reach second on the throw from Pelota, which essentially had no chance of catching Veneruso. Not many arms in college baseball would. Cicada able to find a hole in the left side of the infield. And the Seahawks lead 8-1 here at Reynolds Field. That brings up the catcher, Dylan Ketch, who singled in his first at-bat. As the hooking curve in there for strike 1. Ketch had the 2 RBI single, scoring D'Amato and Cicada earlier in the first inning. As the curve fouled off by Ketch, quickly down 0-2. As a light rain begins to fall here at Reynolds Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, on the campus of Salve Regina University. The lefty Pearson on to catch the 0-2. Cicada at second. Here's the pitch. Grounded. And that is errored. And here comes Cicada. He's going to score on the error by Baker. Another unearned run. As it's 9-1 Seahawks here in the bottom half of the first inning. Nine to 1 in the bottom half of the first inning. And here comes Canoe. The pitch. On the inside corner for strike 1. 2 errors by this Violets infield. 1 by Mahoney and 1 by Baker. Both costing the Violets. And a 9 spot in the bottom half of the first for the Salve Seahawks. The 0-2 here to Canoe. curve, but the stolen base. And he is in there safely. Is Dylan Ketch. Seahawks very aggressive. Coach Sorella liking it over there at third, applauding his players. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Canoe takes one up high. Snap throw from DeBartolomeo. Not able to get Ketch. As he slides in feet first. Back into second, but the tag above the waist, says the umpire. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pearson steps off not once but twice, taking his time. But the southpaw sets, delivers. And that's going to get away. Catch to third. He's in there safely. So a breaking ball in the dirt. Escapes to Bartolomeo. And Catch able to get over to third on a 3-2 count to Canoe. 9-1 Seahawks. The pitch. Grounded up the middle. Into center field. And another run for the Seahawks. Hitting double digits here in the bottom half of the first inning. On the RBI single from Canoe. And that brings up the third baseman, Will McCarthy, out of Pembroke, Massachusetts. McCarthy with a single earlier on. Pitch from Pearson. Hooks in. Low. Ball 1. The 1-0 to McCarthy. Ball 2. Outside. Two balls, no strikes from Pearson. Canoe on first. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. On to first. The throw is low. What a pick by Argenziano for the out. Mahoney with a short throw, but Argenziano able to scoop it. And that will end the long first inning, but the Seahawks get 10. The Violets 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field here on the campus of Salve Regina University, where your Seahawks lead the NYU Violets 10-1, only in the top half of the second. Hits galore for the Seahawks in the bottom half of the first with 8 hits. That brings up Pelota, the left fielder for the Violets. Pelota grounds to McCarthy. He throws, and that's in time An excellent backhand play from McCarthy. And one is retired for the Violets. Pelota makes good contact on the first pitch. McCarthy ready there on the hot corner. And there's one away. That brings up the shortstop, Zane Baker, for the Violets. Clark delivers. Strike one. Clark wasting no time as he gets another one in there, fouled off by Baker, who finds himself down 0-2 in the count quickly. Oh-2 from Clark, the pitch. Lined into left field, base hit for Baker. Fielded by D'Amato. And the Violets have one aboard with one away. That brings up the third baseman, Mahoney. B.J. Mahoney, a senior out of Poland, New York. One away for Clark and the Seahawks. Here's the pitch. Just a bit inside on Mahoney. So 1 ball, no strikes here to the Violets' third baseman. Here's the pitch. Clark delivers low, 2 balls, no strikes. Again, the Seahawks notching 10 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors in the bottom half of the first. As Mahoney cuts and misses. That pitch from Clark outside, 3 balls, 1 strike to Mahoney. Cut on and missed by Mahoney. The count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The full count. Awkwardly fought off by Mahoney on the defensive swing. Baker, the shortstop, on first. Mahoney at the plate, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That ball is skied to the right side. Gets out of play. On to Shepherd Ave, where many innocent cars lie. 3-2. And he takes ball 4 on a pitch that just misses off the outside corner. Tough take from Mahoney, but he's rewarded with a base on balls, and that brings up the catcher, DeBartolomeo. Bartolomeo, the junior, out of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. One away. As the pitch to the Violets catcher is a strike. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The 0-1 is skied into shallow left. Cicada calls it, and he makes the play. D'Amato sliding in to avoid Cicada. Seems to be okay as he awkwardly avoids the calling Cicada. And there are 2 away. That brings up Rogero, the Violet center fielder, with 2 outs. As Clark delivers, that ball is skied to right field. And that is put away by Petrosino. So the Violets leave 2 on just the 1 hit. And after the top half of the second inning, it's still your Seahawks 10, the NYU Violets 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm your man, Bobby Olson, bringing you the call as your Seahawks take on the NYU Violets. As that punt is laid down, and the Seahawks will have a man aboard as Petrosino lays down the first pitch along the third base side for his second bunt single of the afternoon. And that brings up Brandon Grover, Seahawks center fielder. Grover with a double back in the first inning, where the Seahawks battle around and then some, as he takes strike one over the middle. The 0-1 to Grover. Bounces in for ball one. And Petrosino's caught between first and second with a bad throw by DeBartolomeo. Petrosino rounds second onto third base, and he'll get in there safely on the aired throw by DeBartolomeo. Petrosino caught leaning in his secondary league. But his secondary lead ends up benefiting him, as DeBartolomeo throws one away into right field, and Petrosino takes 2 more bases. So runner on third for Grover. And the hooking curve hooks way over his head. Almost gets a piece of him, but he ducks out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike to Grover. That ball is lined into right field, and another run will come across for the Seahawks as Grover notches another RBI. 11-1 Salve in the bottom of the second. You can never score enough runs in this game, despite what the unwritten rules of baseball might say. When there are still outs to be had, there are runs still to be scored. That brings up the designated hitter, Neal, who skies one to center field. Under it is Rogero, and he will make the play for the out. So Neal, still the only Seahawk without a hit, as he has flown out to center twice. Rags to riches brings up Mr. Veneruso, 1 for 1 with a double. Here's the pitch. Veneruso skies one to the right side. That's going to get out of play. Also by Argenziano, Singer, and Beggy. No balls. 1 strike to the Seahawks second baseman. Takes one high. Snap throw by Bartolomeo. Will not catch Grover. Surprised to see Bartolomeo being so aggressive after throwing one away. As Veneruso takes ball 2. Grover on first for the Seahawks. 11-1 they lead. Pitch to Veneruso. Line down the left field line. It's going to get down. Grover round second. He's on to third. Veneruso getting to second base. Grover being wound around. And he's going to score. Veneruso, his second double. And an RBI as Grover comes around. It's 12-1 Seahawks in the bottom of the second. Hits, hits, hits for the Seahawks. Veneruso notches his second double, and Matt D'Amato with his third at-bat here in the second inning. That's in there for strike 1. D'Amato 1 for 2 with a single, and he lined out to third his last at-bat in the second. Another snap throw by Bartolomeo. Veneruso is okay. He's safe. Here's D'Amato, the 1-1. Veneruso on second base. The pitch cut on and missed as Pearson's curve is in there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to D'Amato. That pitch crosses the plate high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No strikeouts yet for the Seahawks. D'Amato looks to avoid that feat. Here's the pitch. Comes in high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Pearson continues to battle after having relieved Reed back in the first. The 3-2 to D'Amato. That ball's belted deep into right field, but the play is made by Beggy, and Veneruso unable to tag. And that brings up Cicada. Veneruso a bit aggressive on that fly from D'Amato, which looked to be carrying, but perhaps the raindrops may have knocked it down. That brings up Cicada 1 for 2 with a single, and he reached on an error in his first at-bat. Here's the pitch, grounded to the left side, foul. Cicada, one of many Seahawks having scored 2 runs today. As the Seahawks shortstop digs in. A ball is 1 strike. Here's Pearson. Ball's inside and low. 1-1. Veneruso on second base after having doubled. Here's the pitch. Skips in low. Veneruso thought about it. Retreats back to second. Two balls, 1 strike here to Cicada. 12-1 Seahawks in bottom 2. Pearson's pitch. Grounded softly foul into the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Two balls, 2 strikes to the Seahawks shortstop. As Pearson sets. Kicks, delivers. And that's a ball on the curveball from Pearson. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cicada. Veneruso on second. The full count delivery. Outside, ball 4. As Cicada trots down to first. And he has reached 3 times today. Up comes Dylan Ketch. Catch 1 for 2. 2 runs scored. Ours on first and second for Catch. Pearson delivers. That's strike 1. Here's the pitch. Lined into right field, but a catch by Argenziano. What a leaping play. That'll end the bottom half of the second as your Seahawks lead 12-1 after 2. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, and I'm joined by our guest. Welcome, Niall.
Thank you. Good to be here. Missed the first 2 innings for a beautiful open house. Got to show off Salve Regina University, potential prospective new freshman. Good place to start right here at Reynolds Field.
Well, Niall, you missed a lot because it is 12-1 Seahawks.
Yeah, I showed up. I saw 12-1, and my first question was, what inning is it? I mean, how late am I? The second, 12 runs by the bottom of the second. I mean, that Seahawk offense, they've been feeling it recently, but what an outburst to start this game.
Here's Clark, his curveball.
Wow.
And that is offered on by Berman.
I'll tell you what, it's one thing to score a lot of runs. When you have a guy like Braden Clark that can go out there and generate this many swings and misses, the first 2 of this at bat, I mean, it just makes the offense so much more ready to go back in there and put more runs up on the board. Quick work, Braden Clark.
That pitch is in there. 4, strike 3.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, all on the curveball. Great job, Braden Clark. using all of his arsenal like he does so well. He's coming into this game off of that phenomenal last start that he had against Curry when he went 5 perfect, and he's continuing that I guess, hot streak here.
Clark notches his 3rd strikeout. That brings up the first baseman, Argenziano. Takes one low.
Surprised by the miss there. The zone yesterday, Patrick Maybach was able to use it to perfection. The zone was a bit low, and he was able to use his slider and curveball, work down in the zone, and get called strikes, and that was kind of what helped him have such a great day on the mound.
1 ball, 1 strike to Argenziano. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. A pretty similar spot.
It sometimes shocks me to think that Braden Clark's only a sophomore. The way that he commands the mound and also commands his arsenal of pitches. This one hits a shortstop. Good play. Dusty Cicada throws to first in time, and that'll get the second out of the inning. The new shortstop, Dusty Cicada, with a nice play over there at short.
Excellent work by Cicada. Able to play that on a couple of bounces and fire that one on to first.
And he's taking over the big role, the big shoes left to fill by Michael Breen. He does it well there.
So 1 away. That brings up second baseman Jacob Singer. That's in there for strike 1. Singer flew to left field in his first at-bat, back in the first, where the Violets were able to get 1, which was quickly shut down by the Seahawks' 10 spot.
You know, we had talked about a little bit of Dustin Cicada being the primary second baseman to start the year. He also had a couple starts over at third, and during that period of time, we were talking about how difficult it is and how much preparation goes into being able to take the balls at second base and play it correctly from there, and then move to third, and you play defense a little bit differently at that position. And now he finds himself at shortstop, and he plays that well. I mean, it speaks to the amount of preparation and dedication he has to playing infield at a high level for him to move around the infield with such a degree of success. Because this is a very good program playing at a very high level, and he's moving around playing all the infield spots. It's very impressive.
That ball's cut on a miss by Clark. Yeah, it speaks to Cicada's talent when you can play 3 of the 4 infield positions with the degree of success, like you said, that he has had.
Absolutely. One of the reasons that he's a captain.
Bingo. That pitch skips in from Clark to Singer.
You know, I like this pitch here, or this spot here for Clark. In my opinion, this is a 12-1 ball game. The game isn't relying on this pitch right here, but it's 3-2. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. I'd love to see him go out here and get this one. Big pitch.
That ball is skied to the right side. In comes Petrosino. He won't get there. It's foul.
Good fight by the batter here. As this game moves along, no team ever feels like they're completely out of it, but they are going to have to start. The Violets are going to have to start putting up runs in, pretty consecutive orders here. This would be a good chance for them. Clark trying to shut that down. 3-2 again.
That ball is down the right field line, and that's going to get past the dive of Canoe. He's stretching it into second base. Singer.
Oh, baby!
He is out on the tag.
Petrosino shows off the cannon from right field. What a throw. What a tag applied by Dustin Cicada, the shortstop. What a way to end that one. Petrosino, what a play.
And the Seahawks able to keep the zeros on the board for that frame of the inning. And midway through the third, Seahawks 12, Violets 1. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silberman as we bring you Seahawks baseball, 12-1 here in the bottom half of the third. Up comes Tyler Canoe.
Yeah, it's 12-1, and we're looking to add to that. We got the right bat up for it, Tyler Canoe. Big right-handed first baseman.
That's in there for strike one. Canoe 1 for 1 on the afternoon, hit by a pitch with a run scored back in the first. Also added a single in his second at-bat in the first. That's up there for ball one. Good eye from Canoe. One ball, one strike. Here's Pearson.
Oh,
that
boy.
Ball is skied into left field. Back at the wall. Looking up. It is gone.
Goodbye, baseball. Big right-hander. Tyler Canoe with a big fly out to left field. He got all of that one, and we watched it soar. How about that?
That was unbelievable contact. You always talk about those launch angles and how important they are. And Canoe able to do it there as that ball is launched out of here.
Absolutely launched, and we now got ourselves a new home run leader for the Salve Regina Seahawks. Tyler Canoe with 7 on the year is the new leader. Brandon Grover moves back to second place.
And that brings up McCarthy. Firing on all cylinders today is the Seahawks offense.
Yeah.
13 runs.
If anybody thought that they were done, they had 12 in the first two. Absolutely not. They start the third with more runs once again.
So before you joined me, I talked about the unwritten rules of baseball and how you can never score enough runs. You see a lot of opposing coaches think that, oh, let's just get the game over with. We're down 10 runs. But in this sport, you can always come back and score as many runs as you can, like the Seahawks have today.
100%. I mean, there are certain things that, let's say that there's a perfect game in the 8th. I think in that situation you wouldn't want to bunt. But for the whole running up the score, you have the opportunity to go out there and score 9 runs yourself, or in this game, they have the opportunity to go score 13 runs themselves, NYU does. So we're absolutely going to try our best to put as many balls in play, score as many runs as possible. It's a game of baseball that we're playing here. We're not trying to win but make it nice. We're trying to win the ball game. Point blank simple.
Totally agree, as Will McCarthy hit by a pitch in that at-bat. Brings up Tyler Petrosino with the outfield assist back in the top half of the third.
And a beautiful one at that.
Singer tried to stretch a single into a double. He takes the curveball high.
It's always nice when you get the defensive play in the top half of the inning, and then you get a bat in the bottom half of the inning. We'll see what he can do here. Let's see if he can have himself one heck of an inning.
Pitch from Pearson. Hooks in. Petrosino ducks out of the way.
He's looking to hit here. He's a good curveball hitter. If the pitcher Pearson leaves one over the middle of the plate.
He takes out that one in there for strike one. Just a bit high, but it's in there. Petrosino 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
With that second strike, Petrosino's approach most likely to go the other way. Outfield shifts just a little bit.
So that curveball just misses outside.
Count moves full.
3-2 to Petrosino. Skies that one into shallow right field. Left field, pardon me. Here comes Pelota. He will make the play. And throw into first base. Not on target. McCarthy able to scamper back safely. It's a 1 away, and up comes Brandon Grover.
Good contact on that fly ball there. Just, the launch angle was too high. The total distance traveled was probably over 325 feet. He hit it a long way, just a long way up in the air. Call that a big league pop-up. If he's able to straighten that one out, it's going at least into the gap.
So up comes Brandon Grover, Seahawks center fielder. 2 for 2 with a double and a single. 2 runs scored. Also added a stolen base on the afternoon. Here's the pitch. And McCarthy able to scamper on to second base on the pass ball. As DeBartolomeo unable to stop that one.
Well, with McCarthy getting into scoring position, it opens up 2 things. First off, add to the risk batting average for Brandon Grover. He's been doing it well recently, scoring those runners once they get into scoring position, but also now a ground ball to the left side or the right side would be a productive out.
So that ball is fouled out of play. McCarthy takes his lead. Pearson delivers. Ball comes in up high and inside to Grover.
Count moves 3-1. Grover going to have the green light. Time most likely going to be called. Ball out in the outfield. Time should be called. That could become an issue. Nonetheless, 3-1 pitch.
And he is walked. So Grover reaches again for the third time. That brings up the designated hitter, Neal.
Ryan Neal getting another shot at the starting lineup. Good for him. His last start, very productive as a hitter. Had 3 productive at-bats, which for a freshman, extremely good.
As ball is grounded in the left field, McCarthy had to avoid the third baseman there.
We'll see if he gets the interference call. Possibly is awarded home with this one. Given they're up by 12, I'm not quite sure they're going to call for it, but if Sorella decided that he wanted to argue it, he could. He will not.
That brings up Chris Veneruso, the second baseman. 2 for 2, 2 doubles.
We had talked about this yesterday on the broadcast. Chris Veneruso started off the season slow, was hitting less than 100 for probably about the first 12, 13, 14 games of the season. But his on-base percentage had been good. He'd been doing the right things in the box, having good at-bats. His bat just hadn't come alive yet. In his last 8 games, Veneruso is now hitting 500. 500 the last 8 games of the year. There's only been 28 games, which means that those 8 games are practically like a third of the season. What he is doing in the box right now is nothing short of special, and it's the reason that the Seahawks team is having such a great stretch right now. A big shout-out to Chris Veneruso and the changes and the discipline he's had to have in the box recently.
It's a big addition to your team when your 9-hitter is hitting the way that Veneruso is.
Absolutely.
There's a new pitcher in here for the Violets. Is number 32, Joe Augustine, the 6'1 righty, junior out of Burbank, California. Graduate of Loyola High School of Los Angeles.
And, my favorite thing about seeing the infield step up the way that it has, particularly with Veneruso, is that we had Sean O'Malley go down to an injury. Then we had Michael Breen go down to an injury, and that can be a catastrophic blow for any team to lose 2 of your starting infielders and also 2 of your more productive bats. And the way that the Seahawks have rallied around that and stepped up, particularly when McCarthy over at third base, where Sean O'Malley had been primarily playing, and then now with Cicada moving over to shortstop, opening up that second base position, which Veneruso has been filling with flying colors. I believe that is a testament to the team camaraderie that they have, that they're willing to and able to pick each other up like that.
It's a really good positive mindset to have, the next man up mentality.
Absolutely.
And that's why the Seahawks have established themselves as such a great program here in the CCC.
I saw something the other day. It was, there's 3 things you can count on in this world: death, taxes, and Salve Regina Seahawks playing for a CCC title.
That's a good way to put it. Up comes Matt D'Amato. Chris Veneruso still at the plate after the pitching change from the Violets.
First pitch taken up there. I like to hear the enthusiasm in the Seahawk dugout right now. They're up by 12. The energy hasn't dropped whatsoever.
That pitch arrives high. And the new pitcher for the Violets, Joe Augustine. That is grounded to the right side. Veneruso is retired, able to move the runners over.
And gets the RBI with that ground out.
That brings up Matt D'Amato.
The Seahawks certainly looking to drive in a few more. They put up 2 in this inning. 2 runners in scoring position. One of the better hitters on this squad, Matt D'Amato, up at the plate. He's looking to drive one into the gap.
1 for 3 on the afternoon. Pitch gets away from DeBartolomeo.
Great job by Neal there at second base. He was watching Brandon Grover over at third, and if Grover was going to take off for the plate, he would have taken off for third. He was perfectly mimicking the base running that Brandon Grover was taking over at third base. Really good job, Matt Neal. By Neal.
Here's the pitch from Augustine on to D'Amato. Comes in inside. And here's the pitch. D'Amato takes a strike on the outside corner.
I feel like that frees him up to use this at-bat, swing away. If you get down to 3-0, you're probably taking the red light, given that you're up by 13 in a 2-1 count, green light.
This pitch is hammered to right field. And that's going to be foul.
Hit really well on the screws. D'Amato has been finding barrels as of recent. Yesterday in the first inning, really barreled the ball up. Just happened to get a little bit under it. This one barreled up again. Has a home run in the past calendar week. So he's seen the ball well. Now with 2 strikes on him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Augustine. On to D'Amato, the 2-2.
It'd be a good job by Augustine if he's able to get out of this inning right here.
Pitch is grounded to the right side.
Nice play.
And a nice play by Argenziano. As D'Amato is retired, that's going to do it for this half. So the Seahawks still lead 14-1. They add 1 more here at Reynolds Field. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to historic Newport. This is Reynolds Field, and if you've missed the start of the game, you've missed a lot here in the top of the 4th. The score is 14-1. This is Niall Silverman, joined alongside by Bobby Olson.
Nice to be here, Niall, on an excellent offensive day and defensive day, for that matter, for the Salve Seahawks. 14-1.
And now, once again, we get to watch Braden Clark pitch. And it's a sight to see when he's mixing his curveball in there like that. Just starting it at about the shoulders of the NYU hitters, breaking down into the middle of the plate. Beautiful curveball there to get it to 0-1. Another curveball. He is really feeling it today. I mean, what a stretch he's having. If he is able to, continue with his progress that he's been making so far today, he is really finding his stride. 0-2 pitch here. Another curveball. This one hit sharply. Grounder. McCarthy's there throwing the run. It is in time. What a play. Oh, McCarthy. Woo! He gets high fives from all of his teammates over in the dugout.
And that was Beggy, the right fielder for the Violets. Number 40, eliminated by number 40, Will McCarthy over there at third base.
We talk about the offensive production that you lose at times just due to injuries, but how about the defensive abilities that we're able to pick up on? Will McCarthy, elite defender. He's made, show-stopping plays often for the Seahawk defense.
As in there, 4 strike 1 from Clark. Brings up the left fielder, Pelota. 0 for 1 on the day. Also grounded out to McCarthy earlier.
Swing and miss pitch there. Another curveball. He's again ahead, 0-2. When you played baseball, when you were a defender and your pitcher is moving quickly, throwing strikes, getting ahead in counts, how much easier is it to play good defense behind a pitcher that is working fast and getting ahead?
Oh, so much easier. It gives you the incentive to want to make plays for a guy that's dealing so well. Here's another strikeout.
That one on the changeup just locates it, starts again at his knees. It is dropping down. By the time that he's swinging at it, by the time that he's crossing the plate, that one is barely above his shoestrings. The amount of movement coming out of the hand of Braden Clark right now, I mean, wow. They call him Kenny. How about Kenny the Jet just pitching with force? This one swung on, fouled off, out of play.
So Clark able to pull the string on Pelota. That's strike 3 for him, and that brings up the shortstop, Zane Baker, for the NYU Violets. Baker, 1 for 1 in his lone at-bat back in the second. Able to single.
The 0-1 pitch from Clark. Swung on and missed on the check swing. They said he went around. And now, for the third straight time, the count is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Braden Clark. This one does not get called for a strike. Down curveball.
Not a horrible miss there from Clark.
Absolutely, absolutely not. Given he just got the chase of the other curveball down, you want to go back to it, see if you can get it again.
Go to the well again, as they say.
Now 1-2, Braden Clark looking to end the inning, and he does so. Beautiful changeup, and that will do it here for the top of the fourth. The score, the Seahawks on top, 14-1. They keep cruising, bottom 4 on the way. And welcome back. We are bottom 4. We get a chance to watch these Seahawk hitters get after it once again. We see Stephen Phillips trotting over to the first base coach's box. And that brings up number 11, Dustin Cicada. He's looking to be on base for his 4th time in as many innings. He swings first pitch, fouls it off. Over Carr Alley.
Cicada 1 for 2. Reshot an error back in the first. Also able to single, and he walked back in the second.
His hit streak now at 9 games. Swing and misses there.
Not happy with that one.
Well, now he's in a bit of a hole. Counts 0-2. Tough position for any hitter to be in. The 0-2 pitch to him. Swung on, hit. Oh, fouled back. Off the bat, it looked like it was going to be hit straight out the middle, but it was not. Foul ball. He stays alive. Count still 0-2.
It's the pitcher, Augustine, for the Violets. The 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for NYU.
NYU traveled light. That one well outside. And I mean well outside.
Hung on to that one for a little too long.
NYU traveled light. The question is, if the Seahawks continue to pour on the runs the way that they have been doing, there might be a shortage of pitchers for NYU. They didn't travel with everybody just due to the situation of coming up to New York. Now the 1-2 pitch. And that one is called for strike 3. Good pitch by Augustine. Curveball, inner half of the plate. Good break on it. But if Augustine's not able to get through an inning or two, they might legitimately run out of pitchers. They have 4 pitchers who are available still. And if they run through all 4 of those, they'll have to start going to position players.
And Niall, that's the first strikeout of the afternoon for the Violets against the Seahawks.
Well, if there's ever a time for it after you've scored 14, I think that might be the best time. This one hit by catch. Oh, he's going to get on base. It was close to being a very flashy and exciting play from the first baseman, Argenziano, but he wasn't able to transfer the ball from his glove to the pitcher, and it came out a little bit errant. It will go down as a base hit, in my opinion. It's close. It's close. Either way, Dylan Ketch on first base. He reaches on the infield hit.
That would have been an excellent play by Argenziano over there at first base. Maybe field that one with the bare hand if you had a second chance at it.
Exactly. Given the way he fielded it, I wouldn't give him an error for how it all turned out. I don't really think it was the best way for him to have fielded it, but that's, I guess, really neither here nor there. And it will go into the scorebook as a single, so Dylan Ketch with another single here today. That brings Tyler Canoe back up to the plate. He's now up in the count. If you already had a home run in the game earlier, what's your approach going into it? Are you thinking I'm really looking for that 2-home run game, or is it just I'm going to put ball on bat and just try and make good contact here? Or do you think he's thinking to himself, let me go get another big fly?
No, it's different when it's a 14-1 game. You can be a little more aggressive at the plate.
I agree with you.
Not getting too many pitches to work with. As that one gets away, catcher's in there at second base easily.
It's a bit of a surprising throw. Ball got well away from him. Dylan Ketch was already at second. Still throws it down. Runner at second, only the one out. Counts 2-1.
Would love to see another home run here.
There hasn't been a game yet this season where a Seahawk has had 2 home runs in the same game. Tyler Canoe will have certainly a few more at-bats to try and accomplish that feat. The 2-1 pitch. Outside again.
No better count than right now for Canoe, the 3-1 hitter's count.
Absolutely. 3-1 better than 3-0. He certainly has the green light. Anything in the middle of the plate, Canoe will be swinging. Here comes Augustine, the 3-1 pitch, and it's outside. Ball 4. So that'll do it. Back-to-back runners reach, Canoe and Ketch. Runners now on first and second for the electric right-handed hitter, Will McCarthy.
Will McCarthy 1 for 2, single back in the first, and also in the first inning. Grounded out to short. Also reached on a hit by pitch his last at-bat.
First pitch to him, ripped down the third base line. What a play by the third baseman. Wow. Wow, excellent play by the third baseman. He had to dive, full extension, stops it with his glove, wasn't even able to make the play because the ball was hit so hard, jumps out of his glove. He again dives, gets the ball with his bare hand and touches the bag. Elite-level defensive play from the third baseman there.
That's Mahoney over there on the hot corner.
That makes it back-to-back days with the left side of the infield taking a hit away from Will McCarthy. Good defense there. Inside. First pitch, Petrosino at the plate. Seahawks getting themselves into good counts, part of the reason for the 14-1 score. This one swung on, hit left center field gap. Left fielder is there. He's able to make the catch, so that will do it for the Seahawks here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runners are left on base. There was 1 hit, 1 walk. The score is still Seahawks 14 and the Violets 1.
Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silverman here as the Seahawks lead 14-1.
And I'll tell you what, the Seahawks were playing for something today. There was a rumor going around from some of the players that I was talking to that yesterday the NYU head coach told Coach Sorella that it was the best team that they had played against this year. And he said if we come out and play like that again tomorrow, he was saying this yesterday, I'll run. Not even with you guys, but I'll go run a 300 by myself. And so it appears the way that they're playing right now is partially for themselves, but also they're going to get Coach Sorella to run. So I'm sure that was a part of the motivating factor for today. It's just phenomenal performance.
That ball is smoked to right field. That's Mahoney, the third baseman, but on to make the play is Petrosino out there and right.
Very nice play. He probably traveled 150 feet to go make that play on the run, makes the catch, made it look easy.
So that's one away for your Salve defense. That brings up the catcher to Bartolomeo.
Always nice to get the first out of the inning.
Most important out. Here's Clark's first pitch. Swung on and missed. The 0-1 here to Bartolomeo. As Clark works quickly.
You know, one of the things that jumps out to me as I watch Clark pitch today is he has his curveball that's breaking away from a right-handed hitter with three-dimensional depth. His changeup breaks into a right-handed hitter with three-dimensional depth, and his fastball moves in towards the right-handed hitter. A lot of movement on his pitches, and he throws hard, 86 to 88, gets up to 90 occasionally.
Seems to hide the ball well, too, so it makes it really difficult for the hitters. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. That ball is skied to Petrosino again. He's busy. He gets under it, and he makes the play for out number 2. Drops it on the transfer. Still an out. So 2 down. Brings up the top of the Violets order. That's Ruggiero.
You know, one of my favorite things about the Seahawk outfield is that in left field we have Matt D'Amato, who last year was an all-conference outfield, and he did that as a sophomore, and now he's a junior. The other 2 outfield spots are covered by sophomores, both of which are having all-conference performance-type years, and none of them are seniors. It's an impressive feat to be this good with very little senior presence.
It's excellent to see.
Highlighted by the starting pitcher on the mound only being a sophomore.
Here's the 0-1 from Clark on to Ruggiero. Swung on and missed.
Talk about that pitch. Wow.
Cutting action on the inside. Just makes it impossible to hit when you're jammed up like that. 0-2 quickly. As Clark is ready. He begins his windup. The 0-2. Bounces in and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to the center fielder, Ruggiero. Ruggiero started this game off with a double. Things looked promising for the Violets, and the Seahawks offense responded.
I think that is fair to say.
The 1-2 to Ruggiero. Lined up the middle into center field. Base hit for Ruggiero. He notches his second of the day.
Good at bat from him there. He was down on the count. 2 strikes on him. Facing a lot of movement, good speed. Just able to put barrel on ball. Drives to center.
That's why he's the leadoff hitter for the Violets. That brings up the number 2 man, Greg Berman.
Ruggiero had a good day yesterday as well. He's having a nice trip up to Newport.
Usually is when you take a trip down here. There's a ball down low.
Great pick by Dylan Catch behind the plate there. With 2 outs, you really want to prevent a runner from getting into scoring position with unforced errors, because from second base, you can score on any base hit. From first base, it's a lot harder.
I agree with you there.
Has to be driven deep into a gap to score a runner from first. With a runner on second, anything really hits the outfield has a shot at scoring.
2-0 here from Clark. The ball's ripped. McCarthy able to field it on a hop, and the throw over there is in time. McCarthy.
Elite glove.
Putting on a show there on the hot corner as the side is retired for the Violets. Your score remains Seahawks 14, NYU Violets 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silverman as the Seahawks dominate here and continue to do so, 14-1 here in the bottom half of the fifth.
Yeah, the offense is rolling, but how about that Will McCarthy play over at third base? Plays it off a hop, a screaming ground ball. He fields it cleanly and a rocket over to first base.
So here's Grover, line to the second baseman. That's Singer, able to make the play. While we have a moment, we can introduce the new pitcher for the Violets. Not Nick, but Joe Argenziano, the 6'4 junior from Gloucester, New Jersey.
On that line drive by Brandon Grover, screaming line drive, just happened to hit it right at the second baseman.
It's good contact, better play.
There is a pinch hitter here. This will be Justice Welsh. First pinch hitter of the game for the Seahawks, like he so often is.
He takes that one up high and inside. He is hitting for Neal, the designated hitter. That ball comes in low from Argenziano.
That's a good take there by Justice Welsh. His lower half offered at it completely, left his hands back, able to take the ball.
He takes another one up high. 3 balls, no strikes to the pinch hitter Welsh.
When you're giving your lower half completely to a pitch and you're buying into it, but you're able to keep your hands back, that means that you're ready to hit the pitch, but you have the mental wherewithal to not, I guess, swing at a ball. So good piece of hitting, even though he didn't swing the bat.
That's in there for strike one. It's all about the approach when you're up there, doing all the right things, even when you don't pull the trigger on the swing.
For sure.
Getting all the mechanics there right. 3-1 as Welsh fights that one off to the right side. Able to avoid some cars over there on Shepherd Avenue.
It is really playing like, what would you even call it, Russian roulette as you park down there in what I call Car Alley?
That's right. As Argenziano works his way to a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Welsh. Outside ball 4.
Good take by him there. Leadoff hitter for the Seahawks reaches yet again.
That brings up Chris Veneruso, the second baseman. 2 doubles on the afternoon.
And his only out was the RBI ground out to the right side. So productive at-bats in all 3 of his at-bats.
Also the run scored back in that big first inning for the Seahawks. 10 runs were scored. First pitch to Veneruso from Argenziano. Comes in up high, ball 1. As there's action in the Violets pen, that's John Gassler, the 6'2 senior from Pittsford, New York. One down, one on for the Seahawks. Veneruso digs in.
If he gets a curveball here, look for him to play it the other way. Gets a fastball.
That one skips in low for another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Veneruso.
Outfield playing way in against Veneruso. If he's able to catch a ball, which he can, could be extra bases, possibly a triple. This one swung on, popped up.
Skied to the second baseman. That's Singer. Able to make the play for the out. So out number 2 for the Violets defense. That brings us back to the top of the order. Matt D'Amato, the left fielder for the Seahawks. D'Amato 1 for 4 on the afternoon with a single.
He's been finding barrel recently. Not much to show for it in the box score, but he has been finding a lot of barrel. We'll see if he's able to catch another one here. Outfield's still playing in.
D'Amato's first pitch grounded to the right side. And that's a foul ball just to the right of the bag, where yet another Argenziano stands.
And this, with Joseph being in the pitch today, makes it back-to-back days that the Argenziano brothers have been playing at the same time in the same game. Parents are proud somewhere out there.
Here's the pitch to D'Amato, the 0-1. Driven into right field. That's going to be a base hit. And here goes Welsh, rounding second onto third.
D'Amato's going to stretch it. We'll see if he gets there. He does.
So Seahawks running the bases still, nonetheless, despite the score being 14-1.
Great piece of hustle there, Matt D'Amato. Drives it into the gap. The center field is able to cut it off before it gets all the way back to the wall. He just puts on the Jets as he rounded first base, and he screamed into second base. Still had to slide, maximum effort, and it shows for him. Now we got runners on second and third with the 2 outs.
As things settle back in, up comes Dustin Cicada. The first pitch up high, 4-1.
Cicada showed power yesterday, driving a ball deep into left field over the hedges. This time grounds.
Grounded. Nice play by Mahoney over there. Now we retired the side for the Seahawks. Couple base hits in there for the Seahawks, but to no avail as the score remains 14-1 as we finish out the bottom of the fifth.
And welcome back to the top of the sixth here for what has been an outburst of Seahawk offense. The score is 14-1, and a new pitcher's in the game for the Salve Regina Seahawks. It is number 37, Finn Doherty, looking to continue to keep this door closed on NYU. He comes into the game with a nice slider, fastball, changeup combination. First pitch from a hit hard. McCarthy's there, picks it, throws first. It is in time. Bobby, talk about that. Good play to fix what could have been a nasty error.
What an excellent play by McCarthy. That's why they call it the hot corner. Balls are going to come to you. Ground ball comes in hard, but bobbles it at first, able to have a nice off-platform throw, and it's in time over there for out number one.
Off-platform, the right way to describe it. That ball came up, hit off of his chest. He runs up, picks it up without planting, without doing anything, just picks it up off of his right foot and throws it off the same foot, immediately getting rid of the ball, beats the runner by a step. I mean, I don't even know what to say. He showed off the great glove earlier in the game. He has been for the last week or so now. Now, instead of showing off the glove, he shows off, the dedication to continue to work on the ball, but then the arm as well. Great play, Will McCarthy. Finn Doherty now back up 1-1.
So that was Argenziano grounding out for the first out of the inning. This is Singer, second baseman for the Violets.
That one hit very hard, left center field, very, very hard. D'Amato possibly there. This one is going to clear the wall, so a nice home run there for the NYU Violets. He takes that one over the left center field wall, nothing you can do about it. And now They have 2 runs underneath their name on the scoreboard.
Jacob Singer able to drive that one deep to left center field. His second hit of the afternoon after singling back in the third. And that's one of many runs the Violets will need to get back into this one.
For sure. Yeah, they're going to have to string a good amount of those across as we are now here in the 6th.
Brings up the right fielder, Beggy.
I could see in the eyes of D'Amato as he's running towards that ball, he had frustration about how hit to center, left center it was, because if that was to left directly, he'd have been giving that an all-extension dive over the fence to try and give it a shot. He just wasn't able to get there, given it was hit to true left center.
That ball skips in there for another ball. That's a tough one as an outfielder. You want to play your angles to the best of your abilities, and that's just a great hit by Singer.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that. Put that one over the fence.
It only cleared the fence by probably about 5 feet. If D'Amato had a shot, he would have given everything that he had, but it was just into the gap, so he wasn't able to make an attempt at it. He's the type of player that would dive over the fence for a ball, like dive over the fence. He's done it once before when he took a hard shot to his chest off one of the benches. He'd do it again, that's for sure. Didn't get the chance to there. Counts 2-1.
Ball's outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. I'm sure D'Amato would do it, despite the fact that it is a 14-2 ball game.
Oh, absolutely. I can guarantee you he's thinking about it right now. He's wishing that it was just a little bit more towards his side of the field. This one popped up. Canoe is there. Veneruso calls him off. Tough play for him. Great play for him. Basket catch on the run. Nice play, Chris Veneruso. Gets some love from right fielder Tyler Petrosino.
That is the second out of the inning. That brings up left fielder Pelota.
Good pitch by Finn there. Oh, a new catcher is checked into the game. Dominic Ramu is the new catcher for the Seahawks behind the plate. And after that pitch upstairs, the count does move to 2-0. Finn's stuff looks really good today, but he's gotten himself down in counts a few more times than he would like. One of them came on the home run. Given how well his ball is moving, if he can just find himself hitting his spots early in counts, he's going to have a good rest of the day, that's for sure. That one catches the hand of the NYU hitter. I was never hitting the hand.
Neither was I.
I've heard that's one of the worst spots to get hit.
Well, I can probably name you one spot that's a little worse.
I can assume I know what you're talking about, and I have to agree. There's a lot of bone in the hand, though. Once it gets hit, it's like there's no muscle to help you out. But I think we all know. We all know. Tall right-handed hitter now steps into the box for NYU. Violet's looking to add a little bit more damage here in the top of the 6th. Great pitch, Finn Doherty. And good job, Dominic Ramu. That pitch was moving away. A cutter, and he brought that one back up to the outside half of the plate. Great frame job there. Any pitcher can appreciate that. Counts 0-1.
So in this spot, that would be Zane Baker as a pinch hitter for the Violets. Russell Burton, junior infielder out of Los Angeles, California.
Out of Harvard Westlake, a famed high school in the Los Angeles area. This one, chopped. Cicada's there, fields it off a hop, throws first, made it look good, and it is good. 3 outs now. Great defense by the Seahawks here in this inning. The score now 14 Seahawks to 3 to 2. 14-2. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back, Bottom Six Baseball. Salve Regina Seahawks looking to add to their impressive score line, and the first to do it for the Seahawks appears to be Dom Ramu. His first at-bat of the day. He's hitting .667 on the year. Limited at-bats, but he's going to get another chance here. He takes strike one.
Ramu hitting in the third spot in spot of Dylan Ketch.
Ramu certainly a player that might be a huge part of a postseason run for the Seahawks due to some of the injuries that they have had. They need people that can hit the ball. He does it well there, just foul. And Dom Ramu has proved to have earned more at-bats. He's hitting really well in his limited opportunities, and now he's going to get a few more today, looking to do something with it. If you can get some young freshmen that can step up with some big hits in postseason games, that means something for sure. 0-2 from Ramu, hit up the middle. There's going to be a play by the second baseman. He misplays it, throws first, not in time. It would have been a close play at first either way. It will be E4.
And that is new second baseman in the game for the Violets, Nick McLaughlin. Sophomore out of Basking Ridge, New Jersey. And while we have a bit of time, we can introduce the new pitcher for the Violets as well, John Gassler, 6'2" senior from Pittsburgh, New York.
Tyler Canoe up now. He walked in his last at-bat, takes a strike there. Nick Dark has taken over in center field for the NYU Violets. Noah, pardon me. Ball down in the zone to Canoe. He's now in a hitter's count. Count is 2-0. Again, the outfield playing very shallow. Not sure why against Canoe, but I guess that's how they're going to play. This one hit right side. It's going to be foul. Count moves 2-1. I mean, Bobby, it's a lot easier to play a ball moving forward than it is to play it back. I mean, they're significantly in. I'd say 110 feet.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't understand the reasoning for it, but they're doing it anyway. Especially on a power hitter like this at the plate for your Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the bigger power bats in the lineup. And this is a shift. I would consider that to be a shift. Like, they're playing in. It's not just like they're a bit shallow. They're shifted in. Good pitch there. Now the count moves to 2-2. The board had it wrong. That is strike three. Tyler Canoe will take a seat. That is the first out of the inning, and that brings up a new hitter. It appears to be number 3, Jason Arrigo. Another really good freshman hitter.
Hitting in the spot of Will McCarthy.
I have seen this freshman hit some of the hardest balls this season in batting practice for the Seahawks. Limited at-bat opportunities for him, just like Ramu. But we'll see what he's able to do here. He takes strike one. If he connects, he's one of the freshmen that can really hit it a mile. Good infielder. The 0-1 pitch to him. Well inside. Good block by the catcher. Warming up for the Seahawks in the bullpen is number 47. That is Ryan O'Donnell. The 1-1 pitch to Arrigo. Long hold. And that is taken down in the zone for a ball. Gassler down on the count, 2-1. Arrigo, fortunate here in his first at-bat of the day to have a hitter's count. We'll see what he's able to do. 2-1. The pitch swung on, fouled back.
Had to hang in there on that breaking ball.
As a former player yourself, when you got yourself into hitter's counts, what was your 2-1, 3-1, 2-0? What were you changing your approach when you got to that count, or did it stay consistent from 0-0 all the way to the end of the at-bat?
So I think you can be a little bit more selective when you have hitters counts like that. You're looking for your favorite pitch, which is usually fastball, wherever you want it. Could be low, could be high, could be right down the middle. But you can be more selective when those counts present themselves to you.
Rather than trying to hit strikes, you're just trying to hit your pitch.
Right, because you take a strike, no worries, it's still 3-2. You just be a little bit more selective on those kind of counts.
Exactly. We'll see what Arrigo was able to do here. 3-2 count to him. 3-2 pitch swung on, fouled back. And again, the 3-2 pitch on the way from Gassler. And it is called for strike 3. That'll do it for Jason Arrigo. He will sit down. Called strike. It was very close in our half. From the lefty, it was called a strike. So now Gassler has back-to-back strikeouts and 2 outs in the inning. That brings up the big left-handed power-hitting Petrosino. He's having himself a day.
So we talked about being more selective on hitters counts. On a 3-2 count like that, that's not really a pitch you can be too selective on.
Now, you do have to open that zone up when you know that your at-bat is at the discretion of the umpire, which is what happens when there are 2 strikes. So it is a tough situation to rely on the umpire at any point in the game. But with 2 strikes, it's that's the unfortunate part of getting there.
I think the term control what you can control would be the best way to describe a 2-strike at-bat.
Now on a 1-strike at-bat, the count is 1-1 to Petrosino. Make it 2-1. Home dugout cheering him on. A lot of let's go Petro from the dugout. 2-1 pitch to him, long hold from Gassler. Swung on and missed. Good slider. Gassler showing that slider really well here today.
Definitely doing well. They could have used it a bit earlier, but better late than never.
Better late than never. He's coming out of the pen doing exactly what the coaching staff wants from him. Strikes early and often. Good movement, too. Counts 2-2. And the lift.
Nice
throw.
pitch.
Great pitch on the changeup. That'll do it for the Seahawks here in the bottom of the 6th. He strikes out 3 in a row after giving the leadoff walk to Dominic Rameau. That'll do it here for the 6th inning. Top of the 7th is on the way. New pitcher Ryan O'Donnell is in. The Seahawks looking to keep their score 14-2. Top 7, here we go.
Welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silberman here in this Seahawks thrashing of the NYU Violets 14-2.
It continues just an offensive streak that's been happening for a while now. A lot of double-digit games for the Seahawk offense. It's great to see. And exactly what you want to see as we head to the close of the season.
Not much of a better time to get hot than right now as the postseason is coming up. And your new pitcher, Ryan O'Donnell, for the Salve Seahawks. O'Donnell is a graduate student out of Saunderstown, Rhode Island. That pitch is fouled off. So 1-1 now from Ryan O'Donnell. He's up the shortstop, Mahoney.
Back up the middle is going to be a tough play. Arrigo's there, turns, throws. Wow, what a play! Called safe. You got to be kidding me.
What an excellent athletic play by Arrigo there. I wonder if they called Canoe off the bag over there at first base.
Oh, wow. That would have been the best play I have seen this year. Unbelievable play, Jason Arrigo. Called safe. It'll be a single. Great play. Runner on first.
This brings up to Bartolomeo, the catcher.
What did you think there?
And if anything, they must have called the first baseman off the bag, perhaps, if Canoe was pulled off by the throw, which is a bit wide, but I think if it's just timing-wise, I think the throw beat him.
It certainly appeared that way.
Definitely a tough look for the umpire when the guy's sliding into first base, so it makes it harder to hear the timing of it all. So, you know what they say, tie goes to the runner. That pitch comes in low to the catcher, DeBartolomeo. See if the Seahawks can spin a double play and get out of that close play at first base. It's the 2-0 from O'Donnell. Pitch is grounded to the left side and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Violets catcher. 0 for 2 on the day. Couple flyouts. Here's the pitch from O'Donnell.
Great curveball there.
And he's in there for strike 3. So that's out number 1 for O'Donnell on the Seahawks defense, able to battle back after letting up the infield single.
It's a good pitch there from O'Donnell. It looked as if it was a slurve. It had 2- and 3-dimensional break. It was breaking both to a right-handed hitter, away from him and also down in the zone. So good pitch there. Gets the strikeout.
Brings up Rogero. And it's a pinch hitter, Dark, who was just in playing center field. Dark, number 23, a junior out of Malibu, California, from Oaks Christian High School. So 1 away for the Seahawks here in the top half of the 7th. They lead 14-2. As O'Donnell checks over there. And he is all right as Mahoney dives in safely. The Violet third baseman. As O'Donnell sets. Kicks, delivers. And that arrives up high. 2 balls, no strikes here. To Dark.
O'Donnell had some of the best numbers last year from all the relievers in the CCC, led the Seahawk team in most major in a good amount of major categories for relievers. His strikeout numbers are up this year, but he's certainly looking to return to his elite form from last year. He's been a very good reliever this year, but certainly looking to command the zone a bit more than he has today. A few too many balls early in counts, but he's a senior and one of the best at it, good mental player, so we'll see what he's able to do here. 3-0.
That's in there. 4-strike run. 3 balls, 1 strike to Noah Dark. 3-1 hitters count to Dark. Is belted to left field. In goes D'Amato. He's able to make the play, working in and to his right for the second out of the inning.
Nice play, Matt D'Amato.
Bit frustrating for Dark there. Made pretty solid contact, but the quick D'Amato able to make a play on the ball. So 2 away. That brings up Grant Berman, designated hitter.
It appears as if the left fielder, Matt D'Amato, moving a no doubles defense shade a little bit towards the gap.
That ball is in there for ball 1. Arrives just a bit low. 1 ball, no strikes to the designated hitter, Berman. Here's the pitch. Just a bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes now.
That one was called for a ball, but it was a good slider, good shape to it, good movement.
Perhaps trying to generate a swing out of Berman there.
If he would have gotten it, it would not have been solid contact. Good pitch.
That pitch is fouled out of play to the right side. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Berman. Berman 1 for 3 on the afternoon, singled back in the first. As O'Donnell's 2-1 is on the way. Here's the pitch. Fouled back off the pole.
Oh, and a clean play by head coach Eric Sorella over there by the dugout.
One of many in his career.
One of many. What a pick. That was full extension.
That was full extension.
Short hop. Played it well.
And that evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time is called briefly. We resume play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Donnell on to Berman, the designated hitter for the NYU Violets. Here's the pitch. Ball is skied high and out of play.
Oh.
It hits a windowsill over there on some housing. No broken glass.
That always had to be a thrilling experience. You're studying for finals, final week tomorrow. You got a big final, and boom, baseball hits your roof. Like, excuse me?
2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Donnell just inside. The count is pushed full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Berman.
Big pitch here for Ryan O'Donnell, looking to end the inning.
See 3-2, the runner will likely go. This time is called by the home plate umpire.
Once again, this is one of those, in my opinion, fight counts. You got 2 outs, the 3-2 pitch. Somebody's going to win, whether it's O'Donnell or the hitter here. So,
pitch is lined into left field, base hit for Berman. And he was stealing, so he was going all the way to third. The throw! He's just able to get under that. Is Mahoney. Excellent base running.
Very good base running. He needed every single millisecond, just barely slides in safely. It did appear as if he was safe, but it was bang, bang, just very close play. Good throw, Matt D'Amato. Good tag, Dustin Cicada.
Again, excellent base running by P.J. Mahoney there. Stealing on the 3-2. Able to touch second, round it, dig hard for third, and able to slide in under the tag, despite the great play by D'Amato. Brings up Satali. Joe Satali, the new first baseman for the Violets.
Great slider to start off that count. In there for a called strike.
So runners on the corners, 2 outs here for the NYU Violets. Late game rally. Here's the pitch. Just outside. Thought it may have nicked the corner. But it is called a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the new Violets first baseman. Here's the pitch. Ball's fought off to the left side. Gets over the batting cages and foul.
Well, now O'Donnell again heading the count. It's 1-2. He's looking to end the inning, not trying to allow a run here in the top of the 7th. Big pitch.
Here's the pitch from O'Donnell. Just a bit high.
Not a bad pitch. Looking to generate the swing up in the count. 1-2.
location, nothing like the high cheese.
Possibly to set himself up for a changeup or a slider down the zone here. We'll see.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The counter's even. Here's O'Donnell's pitch. It is a breaking ball down low, but no swing from Satali. The count is full. And you'll likely see Berman going on this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a 3-2. Berman goes. Pitch is grounded foul. We will redo the pitch. It's Berman getting his sprints in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. O'Donnell's pitch on to Satali. And here it is.
Big time.
Swing and miss. Strike 3. Great play by O'Donnell. And that frame of the inning is over.
Yeah, very good job to come in and just close that door. Runners on first and third. You're looking to end it there. And he does so, does it well. It is going to be the Seahawks up to bat here in the bottom of the 7th when we come back. We'll join you shortly.
Welcome back to Reynolds Field. This is Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silverman with a Seahawks lead 14-2 here in the bottom half of the 7th.
And Jared Beniers steps into the box. Hello to the Beniers family. His first at-bat of the day.
Pitch is low and away for ball 1 as Gassler continues to pitch for the NYU Violets.
And Beniers' first at-bat yesterday, he had a bloop single into right field. Ended up moving around the bases.
The 1-0 pitch from Gassler on to Beniers. Inside, ball 2. Unable to frame that one is DeBartolomeo.
And with Luke Marsh in the Seahawk bullpen fully getting hot, it appears, it would be my assumption that O'Donnell's day is done and Luke Marsh will be the next pitcher for the Seahawks.
So here's the 2-0 to Beniers. Line into left field for a base hit.
Beautiful piece of hitting.
Beniers has that 2-0 and gets a pitch he likes, drives it into left field, and he's on board for this first Seahawks batter of the 7th inning. Gets aboard.
A great base hit. That's the definition of not trying to do too much with it. He gets a ball down in the zone, gets his barrel to it, and just drives it over the shortstop's head. Not trying to hit a home run or do anything too fancy. Just put barrel on bat, relatively even. And now he sits on first base with nobody out.
Brings up Justice Welsh, who walked in his first at-bat. Welsh hitting in the spot of the earlier designated hitter, Neal, as he fights that pitch off to the right side. That's foul. Able to avoid some cars over there. 0-1 now.
I've talked about it probably multiple times. Justice Welsh, it's as if he has a position on the team, and there's going to come a game in a playoff series or a championship game for the CCC that this spot is his spot, and he gets called on to do it. He is always the first pinch hitter called upon for the Salve Regina Seahawks. That's his spot. When they feel like they want to take advantage of a situation or get Justice Welsh into the lineup, their way of doing that is saying, you're going to be our pinch hitter when we need you. And he's done that now over 12, 13 times in 28 games this season. He's hitting over 300 in those at-bats.
As Gassler checks over there on Beniers, he's not fooled.
Plus, there's also just nothing more exciting in baseball than a big-time pinch hit, extra base hit. Like, that's about as cool as it gets. See if he's able to do it here.
It's the 1-1 from Gassler. And he checks on Beniers again. And what's a pretty meaningless runner over there at first base. In a 14-2 ball game.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be stealing, but.
One ball, one strike. Gassler on to Welsh. The pitch. Gets away from Bartolomeo. And Beniers scampers on to second base. So Beniers on second. Welsh at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Gassler gets the sign and sets. And delivers to Welsh. And there, 4, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good hooking action on that curve from Gassler, showing off his stuff late in this game.
It's nice to get a runner to second base because a metric that everybody looks at is batting average, but there's also productive at-bat percentage, and it becomes now any ball hit to the right side is a productive at-bat for Welsh. So if he's not able to get a base hit, at least go right side.
So that breaking ball comes in just a bit low. Great pitch by Gassler. Better eyes by Welsh. Pushes the count full to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out.
A lot of ways to succeed here for Welsh.
Here's the pitch from Gassler. Fought off to the right side. Off the screen, stays in play.
Found barrel.
So he stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Gassler coming up. He sets. He kicks. He delivers to Welsh. Grounds it to the left side. That's a good play by Mahoney. He's able to make the play as we have our new first baseman over there. The nice scoop, Joe Satali.
Yeah, that was a great pick by the first baseman, Satali. Productive at-bat for Justice Welsh. Gets it on the ground. With a good base runner like Beniers, he's able to get over to third. So that is a productive at-bat. Now there's a runner at third, less than 2 outs. A lot of ways to score the runner from third, which is Jared Beniers. Good speed.
So 1 away for the Seahawks. Beniers on third.
This one hit sharply. Great play by the third baseman. He dives, isn't able to make the play. Thrower to the plate, not in time.
So the Seahawks had another.
Kyle Platt with the RBI single here in his pinch hit opportunity. Executed to perfection. It was almost a phenomenal play by the third baseman to stop it and make an out.
It was just a soft liner that just landed just in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an awkward play, diving forward like that.
Yeah.
But Platt would have made it to first base either way. That's a single. And another run scores, making it 15 for the Seahawks today.
Platt, one of the fastest runners on the team. They won't steal, so you're not going to get the chance to see it here, but he is an electric base runner. I mean, they could send him. I don't think that they would, but I'd have to assume they would.
So runner on first base, still nobody out. A one away. One away after the nice play by Satali over there at first. Ball's grounded to second base on to second. And not enough time to turn the double play. So a fielder's choice there.
That was Declan O'Hara that made it very hard for them to turn the double play. Good wheels for him as well. So now again another good base runner at first base, Declan O'Hara.
Runner on first, 2 outs now.
And that's Salve Regina's way of recruiting for baseball. Athletic players who can play the field well and also hit for average and then hopefully develop that power as they get here. Declan O'Hara, along with a lot of the other freshmen, very athletic.
That ball's fought off to the right side, out of play. It's Dustin Cicada. No balls, 1 strike to Cicada. Utility infielder playing anywhere you need him to be. 1, skips in. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike now. As Gassler steps off the mound and resets himself as he looks to deliver to Cicada on the 1-1 pitch. And here it is. Comes in high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice to see that the wind died down here at Reynolds Field.
It was a wild one yesterday. The wind was absolutely whipping, ripped the wall off of this tent that we're in.
That ball was fouled off out of play. I was down at Topa Field covering the softball game, and the wind, same thing there, just coming in straight from center field, right to behind the plate.
It was coming all the way from here, from center field from here, drifting all the way to Topa. Crazy yesterday.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball just misses off the outside corner.
Good eye by Dustin Cicada.
The count is full now. Pardon me. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Declan O'Hara will take off on the pitch.
So here it is, to Cicada from Gassler. Strike 3 swinging as Gassler gets another strikeout on that curveball. But the Seahawks add 1. They make it 15-2 as they add to their total. 16 hits on the day. And we'll be right back.
welcome back. Historic Reynolds Field. The Seahawks are on top historically 15-2. What a performance so far today. Just extending a weekend series with NYU. Nothing short of impressive. Through 8 innings today, or 7 innings today and 9 innings yesterday, the Seahawks are on top 25-5. So a great job over this weekend against a very good NYU team. They came into the weekend 18-10. So impressive stuff from the Seahawks. They're working here in the top of the 8th. New pitcher on the mound for the Seahawks is number 44, Luke Marsh. Good to see him back out on the mound. Sidearm delivery. Unconventional. Still gets the ball up there very hard. Hard throwing right-hander. Has a changeup and a slider to go along with it.
Push the count to 2-0 now in left field. Declan O'Hara.
Kyle Platt, who had the single back in the 7th, now takes over at second base. One of the cleanest defenders in the CCC, a great defender. So hopefully he gets a play. We get the chance to see it. Great pitch there by Luke Marsh. Inside run on that fastball, possibly the changeup. Gets a needed strike call. 3 balls. And ball 4 there from Luke Marsh. So he walks the leadoff batter on 5 pitches.
That's McLaughlin. His first at-bat for the Violets today.
Not a bad way to start your day. We'll see how the Seahawks shift it here.
That brings up a pinch hitter, Alex Cochran for the Violets. Senior out of Seattle, Washington.
Welcome to Newport, Rhode Island. I can share his footsteps. I played against his teammate, Zane Baker, in high school. Did not get the chance to play against Cochran. However, it's always nice to have a fellow Seattleite here in Newport, Rhode Island. He comes up, runner on first, nobody out. Infield not playing double play depth. First pitch from Marsh in there for a strike. Called for a ball.
But was in there for a strike.
Yeah, looked really good from this angle, that's for sure.
You know, when the score is 15-2, you want to prolong the game as long as possible by calling that a ball.
That is generally how umpires want to do it, yes. When it's 15-2, make the game as long as you can. That one has to be a strike. That one called for a strike. So the count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Marsh, a good ground ball pitcher. We'll see if he's able to roll one here. He takes his set. He's now ready. See if he goes with the changeup. Trying to get one rolled over right to Arrigo. It is the changeup, not able to locate it off the plate well away. Count now moves 2-1. Marsh now takes his set. He's looking for a strike here. That's to say the least. 2-1 is the count. Runner on first. The 2-1 pitch in there, swung on, popped up. Tyler Canoe looks to have a play. It's going to be close. He doesn't. It bangs off the visiting dugout. But that does even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice pitch from Marsh there to get back into the count.
For sure.
Worst thing would be to be chasing 3-1 there, and then
for sure
you lose all your leverage. Now 2-2, still make you a kind of pitch.
2-2 is a neutral count. Nobody's really in favor, whether it's the pitcher or the hitter. If you were going to give it to one side, it would be a pitcher's count more than a hitter's count.
Just got to win your evens.
Win your evens. 2-2 pitch. Marsh goes. There's the changeup. It is the ground ball. There's Arrigo. Unable to make the play. Tough hop. So Marsh was able to get the ground ball that he was looking for, but it bounces off. It did look like it took a bit of a tough hop for Arrigo, but it bounced off his chest, and they were unable to make the play. So now there are runners on first and second, one via a walk, one via an error. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th.
Looks to bring up the left fielder, Pelota. That bobble almost worked as a flip. It almost got the force out for the fielder's choice at second base, but
very close.
Couldn't get the timing down. Marsh keeps the runners honest. That's McLaughlin at second, Cochran at first.
Marsh has his set. This one swung on, another ground ball. Kyle Platt's there. He steps on second himself, throws first in time. Great play, Kyle Platt. Just what we had talked about. Elite level defense. He fields it with a backhand, runs over, touches second with his left foot, plants with his right foot, and fires a strike to first baseman Tyler Canoe for the 4-3 double play.
So the Violets' worst enemy right now are outs, and they just got two of them in one play due to the great work by Platt.
One of the best parts about being early to games for the fans to do it, and I'm there for that, is getting the chance to watch a lot of these Seahawks players, A, hit, B, play defense. Because you get to see just how quick they are, how smooth they are with it. These are what these players are able to do, what the Seahawks are able to do out in the field is not things that we can do. I mean, it's the average parent or player or fan watching the game, it's remarkable how well they're able to use their glove and their hands and their body all together to make great plays. Great example of it there. Hit by pitch. So now runners on first and third.
That's Russell Burton out of L.A. That brings up third baseman Mahoney for the Violets. Runners on the corners, two away. Mahoney, one of few Violets still remaining in this game after having started it. 1 for 2 with a walk. Also singled back in the seventh.
Marsh has his set. Looking for another ground ball.
Good pitch.
Great pitch there. Up in the zone, fastball. Gets a swing and a miss. Marsh again has his set. Checks third. Back to the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit right side. It's hit hard. It is hit, and it is down for a base hit. Petrosino fields it cleanly. They're going to test him again. And they are not going to be able to have a play over at second base, so a run does score. And a sliding double for number 10, P.J. Mahoney. Runners on second and third. Good piece of hitting by Mahoney there.
I was getting ready for Petrosino to make a play over there, but that ball slicing more and more towards foul territory. And he's just able to get it in. Only the one run gets in. Could have been two. It's good work by the Salve defense to limit that one. Now runners on second and third. 2 outs.
He actually fielded that one with his bare hand.
Yes, he did. That brings up the catcher to Bartolomeo.
That one gets past the catcher. Warming up for the Seahawks in the bullpen, a fan favorite, Will Tierney.
Southpaw.
Hard-throwing left-handed pitcher is Will Tierney. The 1-0 pitch from Marsh in there for a strike. He evens up the count at 1-1. This is certainly a pitch he's going to want to win. Winning your evens is just about one of the most important parts of the game besides run production for a pitcher or a hitter. You just got to win these. And he does there. 1-2. Good win there for 44 Luke Marsh. He now sits in a 1-2 count. Has a lot of options, a lot of ways to get out of this at-bat. Looking for his third out of the inning.
This is when pitching gets fun. You can kind of experiment with your stuff because you got room to do so.
We'll see if he goes up or down in the zone. Fastball or off speed. And he went with the off speed. It's going to be up the middle. Tough play. And it gets through the middle for a base hit. So 2-run score, 2 RBI single. Runner on third. NYU doing a very good job of putting up runs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Sorella not happy with that one. Seems like a pretty makeable play by either of the middle infielders, but both kind of thought the other one was going to make the play, and it's able to escape through the middle. Tough play nonetheless, but 2 NYU runs do get on the board.
It was interesting to watch. It did appear as if that was the question, as if both of them thought the other was going to take it at the very last second. So there was a bit of confusion up the middle. But it is a single. It would have been a very difficult play either way, no matter who would have fielded it. But certainly you don't want to see that confusion between your middle infielders.
That brings up Noah Dark for the Violets.
Great pitch, Luke Marsh. Change up. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Marsh steps off.
Luke Marsh has his set. And the 1-1 pitch. In there. Outside. Not in there. Look good again, just off the plate away. So the count moves 2-1. Well, the board has it as 1-2. I have it as 2-1. I think the umpire called it a ball. I'll go with 2-1. So the count, in my opinion, 2-1. The board says otherwise. The 2-1 pitch swung on, fouled off. So now there are 2 strikes. Two strikes, 2 outs. 3 runs have scored this inning for the NYU Violets. Luke Marsh attempting to end the inning here with this pitch. The 2-2 pitch outside.
We shall see.
We shall see. Certainly there's 2 strikes. That we know for sure. The 2-strike pitch. Swung. It's in there. Changeup. Great changeup. Luke Marsh freezes the hitter at the plate. Great changeup. Broke down just above his knees. And that'll do it here for the top of the 8th inning. The NYU Violets do score 3. The score moves 15-5. The Seahawks are on top, and the bottom of the 8th is coming up. Welcome back to the top or the bottom half of the 8th inning. It is a bruiser. The Seahawks putting up 15 runs through 7 frames so far today. Leading us off in the bottom of the 8th is number 10, the freshman. It's Dominic Rameau. First pitch swinging. Good swing from him. He has a very beautiful swing. He's been doing well so far in his limited opportunities this season. If he's able to keep producing at the rate that he has, he'll certainly be a fixture later in the season. The 0-1 pitch to him again swung on and missed. Good swing, though.
Good, 2 healthy cuts there, but Gassler is working his stuff here late in the game.
Yeah, he's in there. This is his 3rd inning of work. He's been good so far.
The 5th NYU pitcher of the afternoon, undoubtedly the best.
Heck of a shift now by the left fielder. He is racing way in. The plan has to be that they're down by 10. They're going to try and eliminate bloop singles and allow for doubles to just clear their heads, because how far they're playing in is not just they're a little bit further. It's multiple, to use stats, multiple standard deviations away from what's normal. This is a shift. They're shifted in. Anything up is going to be way over him. That one hits off the arm of Dominic Rameau, so he's on for his 2nd time in as many chances. I really can't get over how close they're playing. It's like junior varsity levels. I mean, it's just shocking to me. I mean, this is one of the most powerful hitting teams in the Northeast, and they're playing 150 feet off the wall. Jake Mitchell, the pinch hitter for the Seahawks here. A lot of power in his bat. Another healthy swing.
Waves and misses for strike 1.
With Mitchell up now, it means that Dom Rameau will be the first freshman, Jake Mitchell the 2nd freshman, and Arrigo the 3rd freshman to bat in a row when Arrigo does come to the plate. Swung on, hit hard, but foul. And just like that, the count moves to 0-2. Congratulations to Jake Mitchell. I've just received word he was a 4.0 student in his first semester at Salve Regina University. That's one way to start off your career. Nice job by Dom Rameau there. He saw the ball down, took off immediately because he read a dirt ball, and then once he realized how close the catcher was to it, he returned back to first. Good base running. 1-2 count now to Jake Mitchell. And that one is swung on and missed. So strike 3, Mitchell goes down swinging. If you're going to go down, that's how you want to do it. And that'll bring up the 3rd straight freshman of the inning. It's Jason Arrigo. Runner on first for him.
And another freshman, Luke Zazima, on deck. Ball's fouled out of play.
I'll make it 4 straight freshmen. Yeah, with Luke Zezma on deck.
As long as we avoid double play here, he will get up.
Yeah, this will certainly be the last frames of the game for the Seahawks, barring what I'd only be able to describe as a miracle. Oh, that one is hit hard, very hard, left center field.
See ya!
Get going, baby! Jason Arrigo, you gotta be kidding me. The freshman comes up and hits a rocket into the bushes behind the left field wall. That is one way to have a day. Freshman Jason Arrigo, wow, 2-run shot and a blast at that. Woo!
Got under that one. Talk about your launch angles on that one.
I don't think there is a limit to how much power he has in his bat, because that ball was 30 feet over the outfield wall in left field, and that comes after what he had, the unbelievable play that he had at shortstop. It was called safe at first, but, I mean, it doesn't take away from what he did, and he was out anyways at first. So unbelievable game for Jason Arrigo in his few innings of work today.
And he saw that pitch coming all the way in, and Arrigo, it went over the hedges.
One of the best ways you could possibly say it. It's still going. Now Luke Zezma following up that. And that, by the way, gives the Seahawks run number 17 of the day. They're most of the season so far.
Zezma, the freshman out of Stratford, Connecticut.
And he sits in a good count. It's 2-0 to him. Second home run of the day for the Seahawks. In there for a called strike.
Gets the top of the zone there. Gassler making his first mistake of the day.
Yeah, he left that one middle to Jason Arrigo, and he punished him for that. It's nice to see when the freshman has the ability to punish a pitcher like that. Because when you're hitting a home run like that, that's punishing you for leaving a pitch where you shouldn't have left it. You can't pitch to me like that, or else I'm going to, punish you for it. And he did it there. Great job, Arrigo. Once again, the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There is 1 out. It's Luke Zesma at the plate. Good fight. Barely misses a car. That's how you set a tone, too, if you're a freshman, because there's the 3-2 pitch. I'll talk about Arrigo here in a second. 3-2 pitch on the way to Luke Zesma, and it's inside, and he went around on it, so that's strike 3. But he's sending a message. I'm a freshman. He's new to the game. He's new to the process. He's new to the program, right? He's telling his team, if I am in that order, I'm batting for my team, for my friends, for my family, for this baseball team, and I get a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the zone, I will punish it. And he did it there. Great piece of hitting. That brings up number 25, Jared Beniers. Bingo. And he hits it right side. Foul. Bingo now down on the count, 0-1. Gassler misses up and away.
So my question for you, Niall, you're around the team a lot. When guys hit home runs, the Red Sox have like their home run cart. What's the Salve Seahawks tradition for every home run? They have one?
They do not. For home runs, they don't preach hit home runs here. So when guys do get the home run, it's not like a lot of celebration, a lot of high fives, a lot of headbanging, a lot of stuff like that. There is no home run chain or anything like that.
Well, when you do it so often as them, it might get old. So
it really might. Bingo now down 1-2. He does have a single today. He's 1 for 1. 1-2 pitch. He holds off. Oh, what? It's called strike 3. I literally can't believe it. He's thrown out at first. It's surprising. Well, that'll do it here for the Seahawks in the bottom of the 8th. It was a big 2-run shot from the freshman Jason Arrigo that gave us 2 more runs and put it to 17-5. The top of the 9th is coming back. We're looking to end it. Top 9 when we come back.
welcome back to Reynolds Field. I'm Bobby Olson, joined by Niall Silberman as the Seahawks lead big here. 17-5.
The new pitcher, number 33, Chris Beach, Jr., his first appearance in over a week. Very hard-throwing left-handed pitcher is who Chris Beach is. Has a fireball of a fastball.
Out of East Orleans, Mass. Cape Cod baseball. This pitch from Beach is fouled back to the screen. This is Grant Berman at the plate. One of few Violets still in the game as a starter. This count is 2 balls, 1 strike from Beach. So he delivers.
Good
Pitch is
fastball.
grounded to the left side. And that's a fair ball. As O'Hara is going to field it. But Berman will trot into second base, standing up easily. And that's a leadoff double off of Beach for the Violets.
Good piece of hitting. He just holds it down that left field line. It went right over the bag, the third base bag. So now he stands on second. A leadoff double.
Looked like Cicada thought that was foul. Almost let that thing go right by him.
He certainly gave it a hustle attempt to get there, but then he did think it was foul. It appears from this angle. So runner on second, nobody out. Beach looking to end it. Need a strikeout here or want a strikeout here. That's the best case scenario, of course. That or a pop-up.
Appears to be the first baseman, Citali, up at the plate now.
Citali pitched in yesterday's game, now plays first base for him in today's game. Good versatility.
He's in our roster as a first baseman and a pitcher. Not the PO, as they say.
Still getting hot for the Seahawks in the pen is number 34, Will Tierney.
Let's hope we don't have to see him today.
This one chopped. Shortstop's there. It's Arrigo. Fields it, throws it. Oh, off the bag.
Throw draws him off the bag. So no out recorded there. Runners on the corners. Nobody out for the Violets. That brings up McLaughlin for the Violets.
Well, now runners on first and third, and things get a bit more difficult if you are Chris Beach trying to prevent a run. A ton of ways to score a run here in this situation.
Going to need more than just one. You hear Beniers saying from the outfield, let's just play some baseball. Try to limit the errors here and get out of this one scot-free. First pitch in there, waved at and missed by McLaughlin.
Yeah, he fooled him there. Good pitch, Chris Beach.
Looked to be looking for something off speed there, way out in front of it. For strike one. Beach works from ahead. The ball's 1 strike. Swung on and missed again. As Beach really firing that fastball right by these hitters here. 0-2 quickly.
Yeah, dominating this at-bat. Looking to end it.
The 0-2.
And
in there for strike 3. A tough one to look at by McLaughlin right down the middle. The first out is recorded here in the top half of the 9th.
Well, that's a big strikeout. Anything besides a pop-up to the infield or a strikeout would have scored a run. So versus about 15 other different ways to play the game of baseball that would have scored a run. So a big strikeout there, needed it. Prevents the run for now. 1 out in the inning.
You'd like to see nothing more than a ground-out double play to end this one for the Seahawks.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. And it would give us another chance to see Arrigo play shortstop with Platt up the middle.
You'd like to see Arrigo avenge himself after that throwing error.
Yeah, for sure. Uncharacteristic on that error.
Pitch from Beach. Swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Beach locating his fastball really well right now.
Batter's Alex Cochran out of Seattle. Pitch fouled off, fought off to the right side, and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Beach working from ahead again.
Good count for him to be in.
Cochran taking his time outside the box, finally steps in. Beach ready to go. Sets, kicks and delivers. The curveball.
Beautiful.
In there, 4 strike 3. Beach back-to-back Ks. Both looking, fooling these batters of NYU as he records back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, you can't ask for more than that. He gets runners on first and third with no outs. How do you fix that situation? Strike out the next 2. So now first and third, 2 outs. The only way to score the run is to get a single. So great job by Chris Beach.
Brings up Nick Pelota, the starting left fielder. That's in there, 4 strike 1. Beach dealing now, getting some fan support.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He is dealing at this point. Working quick, fastball, slider, both of them working.
And when those things work, the fanfare will be brought. As that ball is inside. And second base is stolen on the wild pitch.
Not particularly important for second base to be taken there. Doesn't make too much of a difference. With 2 outs, the infield's most likely going to first anyway, so count moves 1-1. That's really the only thing to pay attention to for those watching at home.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Pelota. Still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. As that is just a bit outside. He just misses off the outside corner.
Just missed there, Bobby.
It's an interesting strike zone we've seen today. 2 balls, 1 strike now from Beach. On to Pelota. Here's the pitch. Just lost the grip on that one. So count moves to 3-1. Hitters count for Pelota. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Got hit by a pitch earlier in his 4 at-bats.
Good pitch there. Swung on and missed. Now the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's the bottom of the order, top of the 9th.
Here we go. 2 strikes for Beach. Here's the pitch. Fought off to the right side and out of play.
The job for the NYU batter here is to let one more guy for his team play baseball. It looks as if the wind's a bit of a tough situation, but he's just trying to let the next guy play ball. 3-2 pitch here.
As Beach delivers, ball is skied out of play.
And that's why you play hard until the very last out. There's a guy on deck. He wants to play baseball too. I can't give up because that's my teammate, and I got to pass the baton along to him. He's got to do the same for the guy behind him. Everybody's battling. You like to see it.
And here's the pitch from Beach. Fouled back to the screen. Nice long at-bat here for Pelota. Trying to keep the Violets alive. And what has been a thrashing for the Seahawks this afternoon, 17-5. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the middle into center field. Oh, what a play by Arrigo. Bobbles it. So the runner will get safe at first and run scores. Good job by Arrigo saving another run. I thought that was for sure getting into center field.
Yeah, he made a very, very good play to get there. He just wasn't able to transfer the ball as quickly as he would have liked. And then on the transfer, it ended up falling out of his glove. So the runner does get to first. It's going to be a tough decision for the scorebook to decide if that's an error or a hit because he made such a great play to prevent the ball from moving to the outfield. But once he got it, it is going to go into the scorebook. He's 6. Good play for him to get there, but first and third, 2 outs.
That's 2 errors in the inning for Arrigo. That ball is lined down the right field line. Foul gets behind the tarp towards the NYU bus.
Yeah, for Arrigo, who is a very good defender, those 2 errors, both a tad bit unfortunate. His first one was a throwing error. It was on a spinning throw that he made to first, and it was just offline, tough throw. And then that one, he makes a good play and then just misplays it. So if you're going to get your errors, he's doing it the right way, but obviously not an ideal situation.
That ball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Burton, Violet's hitter. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Seems as if this zone has moved inside a bit.
It has, especially for lefties it appears.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Beach looking to end this one for the Seahawks. And here's the pitch. Comes in high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Russell Burton out of Los Angeles at the plate.
Let's see one more slider. Bottom half of the zone.
2-2 is in there. Here's Arrigo. On to first base, the play, and it is over. The Seahawks beat the Violets 17-6 in what was an offensive showcase.
From a lot of different players, too. The first 7 batters of the game reaching. And then the 8th hitter of the first inning with a sac fly, and then the 9th hitter reaches. So everybody in that first inning had a productive at-bat with 8 of them reaching base. Phenomenal way to start the game. And then Braden Clark just shoved for 6 innings. So really good job by the Seahawks here to go and win a series big time, scoring 27 runs, giving up only 8. Great job by the Seahawks as they move into conference play with Roger Williams on Monday.
18 hits for the Salve Seahawks today. Quite an excellent feat. And it's a tough team to beat when they do something like that. So kudos to the Seahawks offense as they exchange handshakes, which we were not able to do just a couple of years ago.
Actually, it's not an emotional scene, but a touching scene for sure. I love to see that. 2 teams that competed very hard out on the baseball field for a weekend, and they go out and say they're good job, great job, good weekend type thing. It's nice to see. So happy to see that back in baseball here in Newport, Rhode Island.
So good work by the Seahawks today. They get it done 17-6 on 18 base hits.
Congratulations to Jason Arrigo for his first home run of his career. The Seahawks take this one, and that'll do it from Reynolds Field. And for us, this was Niall Sermon and Bobby Olson giving you Game 2 of the NYU series. We hope to see you soon, and we'll tune back in with you, Roger Williams, on Monday.